Hello, hello, hello. We are back once more with a very special guest, THL community. I don't know if I should say legend. I don't want that to go to his head too much. So, the 8 mana 6/6 himself, Diamond. Welcome, Diamond.
Thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be on the show. It's really fun to watch.
Of course, we have an exciting one for you. Oh yeah, Denkus stats up there too. We have an
Yeah, and
exciting one for you. Did I say you could talk? Shush.
no,
No, I'm just
he
kidding.
didn't.
Welcome. I'm sorry about that. I, I've been wondering this in my head. Um, me and you have had, before the show started, like for the first episode, I was making these little borders. I just made them on like the Hearthstone card creator website, for our cams. And I messaged him and I said, Sim, what's your favorite class and what's your favorite card? And so he sent me his favorite card, and I thought to myself, that's not very exciting, but I will make it. It's your own personal choice. And I've been wondering this whole time because like mine is super obvious, right? Like a warrior 7 mana 7/7 legendary. Like it's one of the booms, and it's the only warrior boom. Like that's obvious. I feel like diamonds is pretty obvious, right? A hunter 8 mana 6/6 legendary. Like it's I mean it's already been said in chat. I've been wondering, like, there are so many warlock two there. I don't know about so many, but like there are, I think, more than at least one warlock 2 mana 2/2 common cards.
Well, before anyone says anything, Mako, I've been hitting the gym. I've
Yeah.
been getting a little swole, and
Okay.
believe it or not, I'm a
Yeah.
2-3 now.
You're a 2/3. Okay, I will be honest with you. I saw that whenever I was doing this, like making it, and I was like, I don't know if I should do like the new one or because I don't play Wild, and I was like, I don't know if that card gets played in Wild, so I went with the original. So I hope that was okay, but
I
it's
mean,
fine.
it's okay. I've played like one game with the new one, so
Yeah,
no attachment.
the original it is then. I'm glad I picked the right choice. It's not Gnome Feratu, right? It's not Gnome
Shame on
Feratu.
you. Gnome
Wow.
was always a 2-3. She was born strong.
Hey, let's play a game. First person to say it right in chat gets a free veto tonight.
Ooh.
Yes, free veto. Chat will get their own veto too, but they get their own personal veto. First person to guess it right. All right, tonight we are going to be ranking top to bottom THL Legacy only championship banners. Now, as we go through these, a couple of things we talked prior to the show about criteria. We have some criteria in our head, but just like all the other ones before, the criteria is very loose. We just kind of go off of the vibes, and those vibes become laws. Um, we have not every single championship banner because not every team submitted a championship banner throughout the years. And you'll see that as we scroll. We are going to be starting from the oldest um, teams at the bottom, and we're going to make our way up to the most recent championship banner from this past season. So you're going to see them in order throughout time as well. And even though some teams do not have them, we will be paying our respects to them by showing their team on the screen. They did win a championship, so we will show it on screen either way. We're just not going to really talk about them. Um, we are, like I said, these are very loose criteria for us. One thing we did talk about beforehand, and I cannot stress this enough, there is not a bad banner here. Some of them are way better than others. Some of them you can tell are significantly worse than others, but even the worst ones are still bangers. So if something ends up in the F tier, this is not us saying that it is bad. That is us saying that compared to the other ones that it is up against, it just does not stand, toe to toe. So that's a little like prelude forward that we wanted to say beforehand. So with that being said, you guys ready to hop into the first one?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. There's still I don't know if people are trying to figure it out or not, but no one has guessed yours yet. All right. Before we get going, very first, this is gonna be like a THL trip through time. This is gonna be pretty cool. I'm like thinking about this as like the alpha original first ever legacy winners are on the screen. So if you're like newer to THL at least, it's gonna give you a bit of a history. Very first ever championships, the Harry Generals, season alpha of THL, back when its inception. No banner. We're skipping right over it.
I
Oh,
will say, I think
yeah.
the little cursor there gives a little charm for it. I'm so down. Get the little cursor.
The this bugs me so much. You have no clue. I
I think it adds character. It's good.
it definitely does it classify as a banner with the cursor?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Mm.
Hmm. All
I
right. Next up, we have season beta. We have the Gosu Casuals. The original Legacy used to be called Sylvanas because before Blizzard stepped in and said no, no, no. So that's what this logo is right here that you see. Um, What do you guys think? I mean, I need to be honest, I'm a humongous Cowboy Bebop fan. It is my probably my second favorite anime of all time. So, and I have a Spike tattoo on my leg. I'm going to be very partial to this one just because Spike is right here dead set in the center. I'll let you guys carry the weight on this one. What are your thoughts?
So I'm going through my first watch of Cowboy Bebop now.
Woo!
Another card game I play, Universes, just came out with like a Challenger deck series, so like a pre-con Cowboy Bebop deck. That's pretty cool.
Okay.
So I've been like getting into it, like Spike. I like the, fact that we've got the kind of cool text going on here. Got the returning face loomer. Yeah, all in all, like I think that this is pretty solid as a first banner to kick it off, and it definitely has some character.
Diamond, what do you think?
I like the colors, like the what's it called? The gradient looks really good here. And then yeah, Slim Schwinning his first one as well. Miss him, but in a while. And yeah, I think including the actual logo as well because it's THL beta. It's obviously a very big time in THL. So I really like it.
I
I think it sets the tone for like the rest of the banners that'll come in the next short while.
I think I would classify this one as clean.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
it's not overloaded. Like things are like the big logo is centered, the whole team is there. Like it's got a cool font. The THL Sylvanas logos in the corner. Like it just feels clean. Like it doesn't feel like someone slapped it together really quickly. Like some thought was put into this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where are your thoughts? How does this place in your mind?
So Mako, before we go,
Yeah,
I thought before the show we had a discussion about the namings of these rating categories.
we did not verbally. And if it was in
Well,
chat, I didn't read it because I was getting my brakes fixed.
well, I think that we can talk about it right now.
Do you?
Chat,
I
let
can
us know.
rename these in real time. What were they?
Yeah, we've got starting at the top, signature,
Okay.
legendary.
Is this gonna? Okay. Quick question. Okay. You don't have to continue. I know. I understand. Like
You get it.
Hearthstone. Yeah. But is this like for? Is this like us like going forward, or is this just for tonight? Like, what is this?
We'll feel it out. We'll see what chat thinks, but I think we can go to this all together. I think it's pretty cool, pretty flavorful, and I think it fits the show well.
What's the green
But
ones called?
the green ones,
Oh, uncommon.
common,
Uncommon.
common. What do you mean? There's there's no uncommons in Hearthstone.
Yes, there are.
There's
There's
commons
That's
and there's
common.
basics.
Oh, it's called
Oh,
basic?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't
oh
know, man.
I thought you were gonna say golden common. I'm like, yeah, that's there.
I don't know, man. All right, hold on. Hold on. Let me edit these. You're basic. All right. All right. I'm changing the colors, doing this on the fly because I did not read chat. As in our own chat signature. What the fuck does signature get? We're gonna keep it at red.
Let's keep it like that. It looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
it looks
All
nice.
right. There we go. Okay. Anyways, what are you thinking? For me, I'm thinking legendary.
I think either low legendary or high epic. It's a great one.
Hmm.
Diamond, break the tie.
I would say epic because I don't think it sums up the team as well, but the actual graphic looks good.
Okay, I'm fine with that. All right, moving on. Next up, season Kappa. We have Archon Storm. Um, this one actually, what was I want to know the story, but with the copyright here, is that related to the person's name or is that from the image? Like, I have so many questions. I'm just seeing this for the first time. And I know none of us were in THL at the time of this, so we don't have the answers either. So this is just a one big mystery. Like this poster. This is very clean. This is very like this
Looks
were there like parameters when making these at the beginning, or I wonder if someone just like saw this one get made and then just kind of followed suit. You know what I mean? Because this is like it's got the same tonal vibe of the last one.
hmm
Yeah. I wonder if this is when they used to have banner, what's it called, restrictions, like how we have logo restrictions now, and then they went away for a period of time.
I I'm gonna tell you as whenever this is when THL was used on like was had the Facebook group and
Oh my.
I mean like this is season Kappa. This is season original season 3, right?
Yeah.
There were restrictions on anything. this these were artificial restrictions they placed on themselves. Uh, Um I really like the like full legal government names here with the battle nets in the middle. Um, like like not even joking. I think it looks cool. I would never do it, and I would never ask my teammates to do that. But like looking at it here, it does look pretty cool. I like Josh Samson.
My favorite Dola member, my god.
Oh God. Um, how are we feeling looking at Archon Storm?
I'm pretty willing to put it right next to the Ghost You Casuals one. I think they've got the similar vibe, and I like this one a little better just because, like, I know, like, Spike is cool, but, like, I don't know what this is. I have no idea what's going on, and there's so many little details, and I just am, like, drawn to look at it. I
The
don't know.
thing that really sticks out to me on this one is that the name feels more like it coincides with the image and
hmm
compared to the last one.
Hmm.
Yeah, I feel that.
After a quick Google search, I think this is a StarCraft reference. I
hmm
think.
Okay.
Well, Archon would make sense, right,
Hmm.
for that. So,
So yeah,
um, yes.
I would put this in Epic, but then above Gosu,
Yep.
personally.
Okay.
Seems
All
good.
right. Next up, we have season 1, Noob Central.
Oh my
Um,
god.
we're full government names again. Uh, one key government name to point out though, Alec Dawson. Does he
Hmm.
still work
Hold
for
it up.
Blizzard? Is he still on the
He
team?
does. He's the Overwatch lead
That's
balance.
right. Yes. Uh, in case
Um,
in case people weren't aware, he did used to play in THL in the early days. I don't remember when he left. It was like right before I ended up joining in season 9. So, um, yeah, former Blizzard employee got his start here in THL. We make dreams and careers here. And again, logo in the corner.
Yep.
There
Another
it
copyright
is.
as well. Right in
There.
the middle.
Is that the same? It's not the
No,
same
this
guy.
is different
Okay,
different
that
guy.
that answers a lot of questions I had from the last one. So this is probably just from the picture then, no? Oh no! It stands for captain.
Oh!
Oh my god. It makes
Guys,
sense.
we gotta bring this one back so we can tell who the captain is.
We really should. Like I that makes so much more sense now. I was like that's a weird spot to have a copyright logo symbol. Okay. How are we feeling on this one? I'm definitely not getting as much of like I think Geranium's going with the opposite of what I'm about to say, but I'm not feeling this one as strong.
Yeah, I think that it might just be the simple fact that there's so much white space on it that even though it fits with the stylization, it's just kind of like not doing it for me in the same way. It doesn't make the stuff pop, but I still like it. I'm going rare on this one.
Yeah, it's definitely not near the lower rung. I feel a middle ground for this one. Diamond, what do you think?
Yeah, I think rare as well. Is the Inception Champions? Is this based off Inception? You think?
Um,
Like the people with the suits or no? I haven't seen the movie. That's why.
Probably
no, no. The suits. This reminds me
it's
of
more
like
Godfather or Sopranos like
Okay, okay.
style. I think.
I was even thinking like the show suits, like that kind of stuff. I think this is just because it is season 1, it is the Inception.
Gotcha,
Mhm.
gotcha.
Okay. So we're going rare.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, but I will say, I don't know who's watching. We've got a couple viewers, but if something were to happen to Mauga again, and someone whose name were on this poster had some input there, maybe might be willing to bump the ranking. You never know. Worth a shot.
To happen to who?
Mauga, You play any Overwatch?
No.
Well, if only the live
I
balance league.
did like Overwatch 1.
Mm-hmm.
So take
It's st-
yeah, not
it's
2.
still Overwatch 1, except worse. Don't let anyone tell you different.
Is that
But
the
I'm
reason,
aware of
bro?
that. Next up we got the 7 Harry generals. I'm guessing that they had included subs or something on here. I'm not sure.
Hmm.
Well, no, they have special thanks at the bottom. They're really going for it here. Again, full government names. Uh, old Jedi Ninja, founder of THL, right here in the middle. And our boy Markshire in his first championship win over here on the right.
Yeah. First
Howie
name not
from
even Mark.
one thing, okay, I'm gonna point out something I think that they did was neat. The whole like the text being black on the right, but then when it goes off the screen, it becomes
Wyatt.
like white. You see that?
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
cool little effect.
I think
But
that's
yeah,
pretty neat.
I'm in
Uh,
for signature. I'm going in. I love this.
signature. Okay.
I mean, what else can you ask for? You've got the Magnificent Seven theming here.
Yeah.
Poster's perfect. You've got the whole posse.
Okay.
It's just great. Like I
The
think
the
that
font goes with it too. This is like some old
yeah,
like cowboy font. Yeah, you're selling on me on it very quickly.
yeah.
yeah. I think I didn't realize that logos or banners used to do this 'cause I see this now a lot where people include subs like Geranium's teams now as well.
Yeah.
But I think it does sell the like saying of like, yeah, this is the whole team, as in like these people probably subbed in a good bit if they're on the banner.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
I was thinking legendary, but I honestly could see it in signature as well.
I'm
But
down for
definitely,
signature.
yeah. That's the that's the bar now. We've said it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, I would like to see thought experiment if do us doing this ends up like inspiring one of the upcoming banners, like looking at some of these old ones. We talked about it. I'll wait once we. I'm gonna try and figure out where the cutoff was from what we talked about before the show, what I said, and then I'll talk about my feelings towards the overall nature of our legacy banners. Next up, this was one of my favorites when I was doing my quick like flip through. Soup
Uh
of the
I
day.
I love this.
This is so good.
The PR for prices is so cool. And I didn't realize that until like 2 seconds ago just looking at this for the
This
first
I
time,
you are
but it's
I
so
would not have
nice.
if you did not point that out. I would not have noticed that. This is this is definitely setting a very high bar. The chalk text, the
Mhm.
um the like menu nature looking of it, the simplicity of just like the soup with the fork, the logo in there in the bottom still. This is like pure banner perfection because we're doing banners, not logos, right? And this is like,
Yeah.
I love this. Diamond,
Yeah.
how do you feel about this?
No, it's very clean.
Yeah.
I have no real other thoughts on it. It's very clean.
Yeah, and just to point out too, like this isn't something that's super complicated or probably took, like a ton of time. Even then, like it's just so perfect for like what it's supposed to accomplish that, it just goes to show that a little creativity can make a great banner and not like, big artistic talent.
Yeah.
So it's really, really awesome.
And again, full government names.
Yep.
This is
Mhm.
going on longer than I thought it would have, to be honest. I thought that would be like 2 seasons max, and then people are like, nah, it's still a thing.
We'll go back to it for Hero, right, Diamond? It's
Yeah,
all good.
I'm down.
So I'm feeling a very solid front of signature here.
Yeah, I'm down. Send it.
Okay. Next up, we have Team Rank 5. The first thing I noticed about this one is the I don't know how to say this. Is it Maringe or Mr. Inge?
Range?
Mange. It's Mange. Oh, that's a C. Okay, I thought they left a letter off and like they were like tacking it on, but that's a C for captain again. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind. Um, I like this one. I think this one is a pure contrast of a lot of the ones we've seen before. The
Yeah.
font really like fits with the image. It just like this. I wonder if this was when Karazhan came out. I don't know if this coincides or not, but I'd be curious to find that
Oh,
out.
Yeah. Y-
maybe.
I like Legendary for this one. I think it's pretty cool. And
Yeah.
whatever that font is going on for like the season champions and like for all the names, that's like a crazy choice, but it looks amazing.
I would like to know what that font is so I could use it in something at some point.
Just contact Mange. Surely they will still respond and are active on
Slim's just
Discord.
there, so
Oh, that's
maybe.
true. Yeah.
Um, again, we're in season 4 now, and we're still full government legal names.
When will it end? I wonder.
I will point this out until we don't run into that because I am so shocked at this right now. How so? Okay, so I heard one legendary. Diamond, what are your feelings on this?
I mainly just want to post the legendary so we have a good comparison for the rest of the thing. That's when I make tier lists. I like trying to fill out the categories early.
I think it
But
is. I agree too, and I think that it definitely like it feels like it's not as good as the ones that are above it, but I do feel like as a team atmosphere, it definitely is better than those two below it in that case. So I could see it in legendary too.
Yeah, and this one is the artistic talent flex. Like this is really really sick.
Yes. Okay. Season 5, we have moved away from giving away our government names on the poster.
mhm.
And who is going to do that but the revolutionary himself, Sage, and with his homies Scritch and MMI in tow. We're gonna see these names a lot going forward. Um, this one's aight.
I
This one
mean it.
is just dogs and poker with their names on it
It's
in a
aight.
frame.
It's
Yeah.
aight. Like it's it's not great, but it's not bad. It fits the
This,
Sage vibe if you know Sage at all, but like we're judging the
Mhm.
banners here. So
I'm
this
willing to go rare, but I like it. It's I like dogs playing poker.
to
I'm a simple man.
to me this is a common.
Ooh, all right.
Yeah, I'm with Mako on this one.
All
Like it
right
does
then.
fit the vibe of the team. However, it is kind of. I think there are better Sage logos, which we'll see up
Yes,
when they
and
come.
yeah, Geranium pointed out in chat. I think the literally the next one we look at is significantly better. Um, okay, so let's slap that sucker in common then.
There we go.
Next up, HSA, followed by HSA again. Uh,
First back to back.
we have so we went for one thing to point out too. We've moved away from just the THL logo to I think this was probably when THL split up and we added the Hero series, which was Sylvanas, and so Legacy became Ragnaros because we have the first Ragnaros logo here on this one.
There it
So
is.
Hearthstone Academy, Season 6 champions, HSA. And we have back to back Sage again. I'm the first thing that sticks out to me is the font. This font fits this so perfect. Like I don't think you could possibly find a better font for this.
Agreed. I also like the flower instead of our copyright for Captain. I think that's a nice touch as well.
The
And you know,
trophy
he's
is the rocket ship.
yeah.
And then
This
it's
one's
even the old THL logo as well with the little card.
yeah.
Didn't notice that first. That's really
Oh
cool.
yes. I there are so many little things in this one. The only thing in my mind that is holding this back is that it is on just a plain white background.
Yep. I'm
Um,
thinking top of epic for me. I like it.
I was feeling legendary myself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's okay. Bottom
Diamond.
of I
I'm down for legendary. Do you
me
think top of legendary or below the
What do you think?
rank 5 one? I was
I,
thinking top. I like it.
ooh,
I don't
here we go. Well, let's put it in legendary then. Mako, I'll let you to be the tie decider because I go the other way.
Okay.
And then
So you want okay, let's just split it in the middle. Diamond saying top of legendary, you're saying epic. Let's just put it at the bottom of legendary. How about that?
sure, let's do it.
Compromise.
there
We
we
live in a
go.
democracy for now. Okay. Next up, season 7, the Texas Stubbies,
Oh my
um,
god.
led by Shunsui with Osmonaut, and I think this is what was the original incarnation of the Stubbs, if I'm not mistaken. Um,
Seems
Yeah.
like it.
season Resurrection Champions. I don't know what that is referring to, but whatever.
We have came back and we are now back to full government legal names.
We are back to government legal names again. Yes,
Mhm.
they're
They
like
just say
we're
is
bringing.
over.
That's what they resurrected. Yeah, the full government names.
Hmm. So
Uh,
I've got to ask though.
yeah.
So I presume that some of these are Warcraft characters, but is that silhouette for Oz Reinhardt, or is that actually like a warrior piece of art from somewhere?
Okay, so
That
here's
has
the
to
thing.
be
That
Ryan,
looks like
huh?
Reinhardt, and the left one looks like what's
Genji.
Hanzo?
Genji.
It's Hanzo. Hanzo's the archer.
But
That looks
he
like
has a
a
sword.
that's a sword, dude.
That's
Who
a
holds the
sword.
bow at the base?
Who
Me when I
holds
hold
their
my
sword?
sword.
At
Who
who
holds their
holds their sword at the hilt?
Wait, so that's a sword. I'm like looking at it closer now, but like who holds their sword like that behind them because the legs are over the
So
wow.
No, it's
I will
not. It's
send
in
you
front of
the
him. That's his right arm.
check in the rank in the chat because that's what the image probably was.
Okay.
It's just because it's blacked out. That's why it looks a bit
Yeah.
weird.
It's like funky because like I think it might be like the lighting on my monitor or something, but it looks like the sword is like layered behind him and it's like tripping me out.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if the other ones are though.
the right one definitely looks like Reinhardt. Yeah, the ones in
Yeah.
the middle, they are not Overwatch characters. Like at least
Yeah.
not that I can think of. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Um, this one to me, this is like somewhere in the middle. I don't think, and if I'm looking at it, it doesn't. I would probably say rare.
Yeah,
If
I'm
if
with
I'm
you
looking,
there.
Yeah.
are we
We're in consensus on rare.
top or bottom of rare?
I'll go
Ooh.
bottom. I like the season one a little better.
Yeah. I agree with Dankus.
Okay. All right. We will acknowledge season 8, the Spicy Boys.
Oh my
Um,
god.
is this okay? 3 seed. Is this ridiculous hat? Is this a different ridiculous that we don't know about? Did the hat get left off? Did he put the hat on later? More questions that need to be answered here because I do not know this. I'm not really sure.
I'm
Um,
checking the dashboard right now. I'll find
okay, because
out.
I have no clue. Um, but going to season 9, we have next level. It's a different person. Okay.
Oh,
Next
yep.
level. This is an interesting one because this is our first. as far as we know, like I didn't see any other hand drawn ones that I would have guessed would be hand drawn. But this is our first like hand drawn. I put a lot of like time into this banner that we have.
So someone here was on the team. So I gotta
Oh
ask.
shit! Yeah, you're right. I didn't see that at the
Guys,
bottom.
who's that
It's
Diamond 22 guy?
it's literally him.
I
He's
didn't even
literally the
read the
guy in the
names.
pic.
I stopped at Altenberg.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was the team, TBH.
So are you guys all in your pajamas for this?
Yeah, so for our what's it called? When we won the season, we had because of jammies, we had like, oh, let's just take pictures of us in pajamas for like the what was it called? The final interview of the season. So we had like a collective image, and that's what all of the images are drawn from. That was the reference. That was
Nice.
Sanguine who drew this and did it all for us, which is really nice.
Yeah, this is super cool. I dig the robe. I'm in.
Yeah.
I am feeling a solid legendary.
Yep. I am
No
down for
complaints from me. I'll take it. Put me
I
up there,
I
guys.
think I think if this was like the thing that puts it in legendary is the hand drawn nature and like that these are real people. Like they weren't just
Yeah.
pictures that were pulled from online. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and we've got jammies in his jammies. Like what's better than that, right?
Jammies and the jammies. Me and you came in during the same season because I was only subbing in that season, but I came in at that
I
same
came
time.
in, I subbed, and then we won. I was like, let's go.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Good times.
Then I
And then
won the following season with the greatest team that's ever lived in the greatest meta of all time because this is when fuck, what's it called? The warrior with this is when cloning gallery priest was big and when Katharina Hunter was big and what is the fucking warrior uh, when you like you get four armor when you press the button.
uh,
Baku the Moon Eater.
Jessica,
Huh?
probably
Baku the
Bug.
Moon Eater.
I don't remember, man. Whatever.
It was much, but I'm
All I
pretty
know
sure.
is that I won rookie of the season during this on this team, and
Let's
I
go.
got carried still because they like this was ultimate would sit with me night after night, and this is the first time I hit legend too. But besides that, besides my own personal things, this logo was also hand drawn. Sage had paid somebody to create it. Um, well, a friend of his drew it for him, and the trophies were. Um, I don't know why there's two trophies
But I
because
was gonna ask that. Yeah,
he
like,
has that was the third HSA trophy.
is it because it was just HSA before, and this is Hearthstone, second Hearthstone Academy? Is that naming convention? That's the only that makes sense to me.
This had to have been Hearthstone Academy, right? Like it's not like he just spawns like he just took three letters, right? Like it had to
Well,
have been
it
Hearthstone
could
Academy.
be
I think my guess is that these two trophies were there because they fit evenly on both sides.
symmetry.
Yes, that I'm gonna say it's literally just for symmetry. But
And what's it called? The person in the middle, that's based off Jaina, right? I assume, or is it just
uh,
random?
I don't remember. I think so. I think so, but I don't remember. I'm gonna let you guys decide because this is the most fun I've ever had playing Hearthstone, and so I have my own personal feelings towards this. I think out like looking at it subjectively, um, like the text is chalk on the background, like on the chalkboard. I like the hand drawn nature of it. It looks like someone put a lot of time and effort into it, but I will let you guys decide on this one.
I'm thinking signature personally. I think it's the iconic logo of THL or banner, like HSA especially as well. But it's just very clean as well. As that's gonna be, I think, the biggest thing for me. It's like how clean things are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me it's epic, and part of that is just because I think I'm a little less versed in the history than you guys, so I don't think it kind of evokes those feelings. And like, it's a great logo. The drawing's awesome. The only thing is, I just don't feel like the logo sort of shows me as much about the team. or has quite as much like distinct character as the ones above it, or the
Okay.
others that are in those categories.
Do you want to be in the middle then in legendary?
We can
Yeah,
be in the middle of
sure.
legendary.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
we're at legendary.
Mm,
I think at the bottom probably, honestly, but like like I think they're all very good banners, so
sure.
I'm comfortable wherever.
Okay. We still no one. I think they gave up on trying to guess what your card is.
Yeah, no one knows. I'm a mystery. I'm an enigma.
You are.
An enigma. That's a hint, or is it?
Next up, we have season 11, The Stubbs, captained by Osmonaut.
My God,
Yep.
finally a team I recognize ever. Or actually, the past couple ones. Now I'm starting to recognize people a lot more.
So, I mean, Drainium, you could not say it, hopes no one else says it, and then wait till the next one and say it and use it then. I don't know, man. That's your prerogative. Um, I think that I feel the lowest about this logo compared to any of them that we have seen so far, or this banner. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I think that yeah,
And I
like I
have
mean
reasons for it. It's not like I'm just saying that, but
I mean it's a picture. It's a picture of a bottle of sauce with a couple with a little bit of single font overlaid with the team names. I mean,
the,
you
so
know,
my
the Brit
reasoning, this is literally the Stubbs logo that they
Yep.
use every single season. Um, the duh above is not super easy to read because it does blend in with the sauce a little bit. So it really is just the logo with the team on placed onto the front. Um, it's a good logo, but I feel like for a banner, there's so many more that we've seen that like excel above and beyond.
I agree.
Yeah.
Where would you guys place this? I'm feeling basic.
I think still common. Like common or base, bottom of common or top of basic is fine, but it's definitely
Well,
like
it would be both top and bottom of basic right now because would be the only one.
or I said sorry. If I meant to say bottom of common or top of basic, but I think that position is correct.
Yeah. Mhm.
Diamond break it.
Let's get our first basic in there.
First basic. I mean, if we're literally thinking of the word basic, it is basic, right? It is
It is
the
the
logo
logo with
with
the
the
names
names
on
on it.
them.
Yes. Okay. Um next up. All right, so we talked about this one beforehand. This is the Lyondon Warriors. This is season 12. This team formed after, for background, we're not going to rank this. The reason that we're not going to rank this before, in case anyone was not around at this time in THL, Lyondon was a player in THL that sadly passed away. Um, I unfortunately do not remember if it was during the season or before this season started, but this team formed and was named in his memory. He did play in THL a lot. And so they ended up winning that season. It was very heartfelt THL moments. Plants was a very good IRL friend of Lyondon, so it was a very good moment for both him and for THL and everything. So we're we're just kind of like we're gonna say that piece and show it, but for respect, we're not gonna rank it or anything like that. So I mean, I do like it. Warrior's my favorite class, so I love it. But we're just gonna actually, you know what? This weapon is this weapon, right?
Oh
I
my
mean,
God, it's
it's
Gore
core
Howl.
howl. Yeah.
We've done it.
We figured it out. Okay, we at least know who this one is and this one and this one, but these two I still do not know. Okay, anyways, we're gonna move over to season 13. We have Tap Last, season 13 champions. Um, what are your
I'm
thoughts?
I'm surprised you guys would let them put something so raunchy on a banner.
Ha.
Please laugh.
Yeah, I
Ha ha
did.
ha ha
That
ha
was
ha.
my
Ha.
laughing.
I liked it. Yeah, I feel like this one is on the lower end. It's nice, but I think as we've talked before, it doesn't really describe the team. I guess you have their favorite classes on there, which I assume is what the class thing means.
I
Yeah.
Well, at
probably
least I know Tristan likes Rogue, so that's my basis of it. And
the
yeah,
Desharmo Priest one throws me a little bit, but I I don't know. The you're all right. The classes does kind of push it a little bit over the stubs, but it still feels very basic. It's just a picture from one of the reveal videos with some text added onto it. Um,
I'm in for common.
I'm in for bottom of common or top of
Yeah.
basic.
Yeah.
bottom
Yeah. Bottom
comment.
common.
Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna talk about what I was talking about beforehand now because I think we're seeing the transition of when things change. You're gonna for people who are in chat, you're gonna see this as time goes on, and I don't know if you will agree with me or not, but I firmly believe that the older banners are better than the newer banners that we have had because they feel like more of a cohesive team unit championship celebratory banner. Whereas as time goes on, they get way more memey. So I don't know. I could be proven wrong. I could be convinced otherwise, but like I feel like these really hit the ground running, and then we had two that were like almost in basic back to back. One was in basic. So I we'll see. I'm in it for the memes. I love me the memes. One of my favorite ones is a humongous meme at the end, but I don't know. I just feel like those earlier ones, they just like they felt more like a cohesive piece, you know what I mean?
Well, if you can win again, Mako, you can change things.
Hey, I'm very good at getting far and not finishing. So I've I am a THL edger. So
Michelle, cover your ears.
I didn't used to be. I used to win a lot, but here we are. I don't
What
think
are
I'm
your thoughts on this one, Mako?
What are my thoughts on this one? Fourth and inches. This is just like my entire hero season this season. Just almost there, but still not making it. Um, we make it to game five, but we don't win game five. This is a great team. This is like a super fun team. I like the logo. It's very suiting because their team was literally named fourth and inches. It's just a picture of fourth down and inches, but it also is very basic. This is I I would rank it below the tap last one.
I would too.
Does he
But hey,
know? I don't know if I know. I,
Yeah, not my best work, guys. I'll be honest,
oh, you
but
made it?
yeah, I did that one. It was Skittles just said, "Can you make this?" and just gave me the instructions of, "Can you have this image with our names on it?" And I was like, "Okay, I can do this for you." That's all I was given. I was like, "Sure, I'll just get this done."
I mean,
Well,
he's Canadian. It's American football. I get it. It's okay. It
Yeah,
you
happens.
were contracted.
this is my contract. I agree. This team was like really sick at the time too. But yeah, I was also
The
gonna say this is a cool one to do, Mako, because it's a good like THL history as well. Of
It
like
is.
seeing how THL's changed as well.
And I didn't like I did not anticipate that doing like whenever we had brought this up either, and like it just kind of happened that way. So when we get to future ones, it'll be interesting to do that with those future ones as well. Legacy is the most interesting because it is the oldest series, but like Hero started around like season 4 of Legacy, maybe season 5 maybe, so it's got some really old ones in there too. Even though you made it, it's still for me top of basic.
No,
So
I put it there too. Don't worry.
Yeah, yeah,
okay,
you can go for that, Mako.
okay.
But I agree with Bone Masher in the chat. We got Ron Mexico and no Michael Vick reference in the football banner.
Wow,
Tragic.
you're right. You're right. Um, okay. So this is actually bugging me a little bit since we've seen that this is the fourth win and we
No, it's
added
only won
another.
3 times.
I told him, he was like, we're I'm just gonna have her add a mask because this was COVID,
Yep.
and I was like, add another trophy too because there was 2 trophies, and he's like, oh, okay, I'll see if I can fit one in there or something like that. And now I'm seeing that this was actually the 4th trophy, and we added it to make it 3. But this was a super fun team too.
Yeah.
It was a great team. This was base first season actually. Um,
Mhm.
fun fact. I think I finished as the 1 seed, which at a time was kind of a thing, but I could not compete there now. God no. Um, which that would be base. She's got like, I think she looked it up the other day. I think she's got like the 3rd or 4th highest legacy PR right now, which is nuts. Um, but yeah, I don't know. How do you feel about this one? It is literally the exact same with different names and a mask over it and one more trophy. So it is
I
more
feel
thematic for the time because of the mask, because this was the beginning of COVID. But like,
I feel like taking the same banner and adding another trophy is just delightful. I don't know why, but it's the playful disrespect that you really got to go for when you win. So I'm a big fan. I'll say that.
Diamond
Yeah, I think it's better than the last one, so it's above that in that aspect. But I don't know if it's a tier above or just position-wise above
of which
Yeah,
one?
the
of
original.
the original.
I think putting them next to each other works. I'm into that.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
5 HSA trophies on screen.
Next up, we have Dad Legends first win. With some people who are still playing. Which is awesome to see. We're starting to we've gotten like as we've gone through these, it's also been very interesting to see like names that some of them I've never seen before, and we've been me and you at least have been around for over half of THL's lifespan, and I've not seen some of these names before. But like as we get further, we start to see more names that either like have been around, were around for a long time and then left, or they're still around and playing a lot today. So it's really interesting to see these like team dynamics through the years. Um, this one is very clean.
Hmm. This was the Clarity, I think, made this one, and when he was around, he was a graphic designer, so like made a bunch of banners and logos. And
I
I like it. It's that Dead Legend color. It looks really good on
that that's what
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
background.
The thing that sticks out to most to me is the Dad Legend logo itself. It's nothing around it. It's like the Dad Legend logo is the cleanest part of this entire thing, and it looks amazing.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
How big of
So
a fan?
I'm an Epic fan.
Okay. Diamond?
Wow, epic. Yeah, I think this goes in epic as well. Maybe top of epic. I don't know if that's too crazy. Because I think this fits like in a sense like Dad Legend itself is the theme of the team for the most part. Because most of them are dads, but not all of them. But I feel like that's their whole like thing. It's
Yeah.
just Dad Legend itself.
So, top of Epic?
Yep.
All right. Next up, Season 17 champs, the Foolish Madmen.
Yeah, this one's
10,
sick.
10 and 0, 119 not or sorry, 199 points. Is that the record?
I'm not checking. Adranian probably knows, but
Okay.
I want to say it's the record.
So, all right, obviously you're in this one. Literally, your face is in this one. Um I'll tell you what's holding this one back.
uh,
Justin's lack of a shirt.
Just
yeah,
as lack of a shirt.
I have gotten multiple DMs like when it came out, and then even since someone was like, "Wait, is Justin naked in this?" And I was like, No. So I
Can't
can give
prove it.
context if that helps at all with this image.
You
So
what?
this was taken like right after we won. We all hopped in a Discord call in our team server, and I just took a screenshot. I was like, this is a good moment. And we got our emote from Darion or Dardar Binks. It was the Dardar Pog came from this.
Oh, okay. This one I like that. Like this is like we were talking a lot in those earlier ones because they were so comparable to each other in the like one of the criteria from these early ones because they're also similar was like how much it exemplified the actual team itself. And we're getting in more into like memeier territory with some of these banners, but I think that one, especially for the time, because that was this one right here, this HSA one was the beginning of COVID, and
Mhm.
so here we're like in that summer of COVID, and then
Yeah.
this is like that fall winter time of COVID. So like this is still very exemplifying of the time of the the time and place of when this happened. I like the like capturing the moment in time feel of it. I like the stats on it. Um, this is a in my opinion this is a signature one.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
We
I,
came a long way from the fourth of the Ninjas logo. What can I say?
yeah,
Uh, I will say I don't think it's as good as the supreme
yeah,
one, but
Ah,
I would put it I would put it in the middle.
yeah. I think that's a great spot.
I'll take it.
It's gonna
I'm
take a
happy with it.
lot. It's gonna take a lot to top this team supreme. Okay.
Anyway,
Speaking of
speaking of
that,
that,
hot
I, I
Zilfs,
I have my gripes with this one. Can I say my piece on this one?
yeah,
gripe
go ahead.
If
away.
if this banner had the edges cropped and was an actual phone, it'd be awesome. But
You,
I really don't like that these like come on, Dante. You could have
you know,
found an image without the
You can
cropping.
see the crop marks in
to
the
the
top,
crop
which
Yeah.
marks.
makes it.
Like,
it's just is this a screenshot of the crop? Like that I don't
It's really
it just
funny.
adds to it. I like it.
Oh my god, this is a really fun team too.
yeah.
I really liked the name. The whole their logo was really great too.
Oh yeah.
The thing though is I'm pretty sure this was just their logo and he added season 18 champions on it.
Yeah.
If I'm
It's
remembering right, I'm pretty sure this was the logo.
I thought the logo was like a bigger Zilf thing. It was like a text box
You're
with
right.
like
You're right. This wasn't the logo. Okay.
the,
No, you're
the
right.
Zef was in it, but not.
Yeah.
I guess it.
It was like a message like a profile kind of thing, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
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 Okay, so never mind. This was not the logo. I like it. I like the quotes under it. I like the like shitty MySpace old internet feel it's got going with it. The crop lines are funny. They're very memey, but it's not clean. And we gave a lot of the other ones like signature and legendaries for being super clean. So it would have taken Dante like 30 seconds to crop that up, you know.
But that's the charm. I think this is I will say spoilers. I think of like the kind of meme or joke banners, I think this is my favorite. I
It's not
think
my
it's
favorite joke meme one, but I do really like this one.
yeah.
Um, where are you feeling? Where are you sitting with this one? I'm not feeling signature, but I
I'm
like
I'm in like legendary between the disco and the Pikmin. That's where my gut says.
Diamond.
Yeah, I'm okay with putting it there.
Okay, let's do it. I'm fine with that. I really like this one. Next up, season 19, Defias Brotherhood.
Their first one as well.
It was, and they
This is,
were
this is a weird era. Like a lot of the old standing people won. Like
yeah,
Dante's
and
won.
they yeah,
Bad
because
Legend, Death Eyes.
Defias has been a team for a while too. Um,
Mhm.
so like this one. It feels very clean. I like the like offset nature of the names. I like how the team name fit here with the first and second layer. I like the little icons for each of the members. This one is probably one of the top 3 like cleanest banners that we have.
Yeah, I love the look of it. Also, can we name all the cards? Do you think we can achieve it?
Fuck. Okay. I could I'm gonna be very honest with you. The only one I even recognize is the bottom one, and I don't know the name of it. I know it's the
Well,
warrior one, right?
they all start with
Yeah,
Defiance, if that helps.
the warrior one
Hey,
doesn't.
Dankus,
The
your
warrior one.
cam is
Uh,
gone.
oh, huh.
Hold
I
on.
think.
No, I fix it. I fix it.
Okay.
Well, that the bottom left is Cannoneer,
Yep. Defias Cannoneer.
and we
That's
have
right.
Defiance
Defy
Bandit,
ringleader.
a ringleader, and
Yep.
Bandit's the one above.
Defias thug, which
Oh,
fits, is the one on the up to classy thug is Defias thug,
I see.
and then Neb Canuck is Defias cleaner.
Oh, and then what's
And
the top left one?
I think that's Edwin Defias Kingpin.
Oh, I see.
So, which makes sense because it is, of course, Wild 9, and he is the Kingpin, and he is Edwin. So, this checks out.
Hmm.
I like it.
I
This is
I
like
really like it. Yeah.
this is
Yeah,
signature for me. Like this is super
agreed.
clean.
Yeah, I love this. I feel like just the Defias thug for classy thug is just so funny, too.
Where's it going among our
Um,
I,
three?
I
I'm
think, like,
going.
next to Soup, I think. Like, between Soup
Okay.
and the boys, that's where I'm
I
at. But
was gonna do after the boys.
okay. I mean, like,
Diamond break the tie.
Guys, I think it's after the boys. I had to tell you, might be the
oh,
bias
got
here.
us. He got us. Ah,
Wow.
shucks.
Okay. We talked about this one before the show a little bit. We
Oh,
have the cooler
Hey, I'm
season.
in THL now. This is my era.
is this
Nice.
when you entered officially?
Yep, this was my first season.
Oh,
Crazy.
that's fun. Also, fun fact about this season: I was on the cooler during this
Oh,
season, and then I wasn't on the cooler during this season. So
interesting.
fun. Anyways, what are your initial thoughts?
This looks like their logo, but a bit different.
Can you find out what's different?
Hmm. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. And were the names originally in the logo as well or no? Were that also added?
I don't. Whether no, the names weren't in the logo. Um, this was added for the banner. Uh, I I'm pretty sure, and someone in chat can tell me if I'm wrong. I am pretty sure that this is their logo, but with the trophy. I'm pretty sure it's the logo with the trophy. I'm not
I mean,
100%, but I'm like 90% that this is with the trophy. I'm okay, Geranium said yeah. Okay. What are your initial thoughts here on the Coolers banner?
so I think this is like the bottom of rare. There are some things that have a little charm to me, like the Discord screenshot. Like, I don't know if you can see it in this image, but the little red away one is actually pixelated because the quality of the picture is so low. And that just impresses me. I didn't even realize that was possible for something like this. And
So,
but yeah, I'm like bottom
so
of rare.
I I'm in basic because we've been dogging teams for not be like we've been putting the clean ones up high and the like basicer ones down low. And Dranium said it. It's very similar to the stubs where we just have the logo and we just added something onto it, right?
Yeah.
Um,
I
that's where
guess
I
that just
sit.
goes. I think that's completely fair. I think that, this logo, I think probably took like a fair bit more effort and I think has a bit more character than the Stubbs one.
Yeah,
But, if that's the criteria we're going to go by, I think it's totally fair
we're
to
not
put it
doing
in basic.
logos though. We're doing banners.
Yeah. So
I
if you
would
want
say
to do basic, I'm okay for basic.
I could be convinced for common. Like I'm not like hard set. Like I feel this is basic. Like I just don't think it's in the rare. Like those two in the rare are
Are
way
pretty good
better.
still.
They're way better
Yeah.
than the cooler one.
Okay, let's go common then, and we can, or let's still go basic. I think basic between fourth and inches and stubs is where
Diamond,
I would.
where are you feeling on this one?
I was personally gonna argue between you guys. I'm like, oh, I think this goes in common because it fits the theme of just here's a logo with our names on it,
It
which is
is
kind of
very
like
similar to the Tap last one in that
yeah,
regard.
Yeah,
that's why I thought it would is around there, and I think adding the Discord images is cool. However, if you weren't a part of the season, you don't know who's who. But then again, if you know and you're on the team, like yeah, that was us. So that's my gripe with it. Like Discord images are cool, but like I don't know if unless you knew the people at the time, it's kind of hard to tell who was who. But you still have it
yeah,
there. So I would put it above Tap Blast, I think.
Okay,
yeah,
let's meet in the middle here.
yeah.
Let's
Okay,
do end of common.
okay, sure,
We're saying
that's fine.
basic, you're saying middle of common. Let's throw end of common.
All
Um,
right.
next up, season 21. We have STP or STD. What
Yep,
standard THL degenerates? That's right, right? Right.
Yep.
that's
Yes.
right.
And I think this is Saku's first legacy championship as well.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've seen his name on any of the other ones. Um, what are your initial thoughts looking at this? This one is literally their team logo. I think
Yeah,
you're. I mean, I
Yeah.
think it is. Like they added the
I,
champions and they added the names.
I'll
I,
give them some credit for text colors of inverting it for the Legacy Series 21 champions, but yeah, this is I think that's similar to what we've talked about from the last one. It's like their logo plus some text. But this one is I'd say at like higher quality than some of the other ones, so maybe it goes to the top of that tier.
yeah. I think that's fair. I just remember Bomb D absolutely cooked me when we played this season, and that's the only thing I can remember from when I look at this logo. That little bit of trauma.
So where are we feeling?
Uh, yeah, I think I like probably like above the cooler in common. That would be my inclination.
Okay.
I was even gonna say, do you think above Tap last, maybe?
Yeah, I could go for that.
Try to think how far we can take this one up. I don't think it's better than that one. Oh, do you want to put it bottom of basic?
Oh no!
Yeah.
I'm just holding it.
Okay, I saw the
Um,
flow hover. I
Whoa,
was like,
I'm just
whoa.
holding it.
okay. Well, what do you think, Mako?
I okay. So as we put the cooler in common, and if this one goes in common, I start to feel like we've done the fourth and inches dirty, and we're
Hmm.
giving too much credit to these because we shit on the stubs for using their team logo and just adding text, and then we have two more that just use their team logo and added text. And then we have fourth and inches that did not just use their team logo and add text, if I remember right, which I might be wrong. So
Hmm.
we're not being very consistent.
I
Yeah,
see.
well, take it. Call the cops. I don't know.
I I I'm
We have
I'm
our vetoes. We can.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm with you before Tap Blast.
All right. Yeah. Sure. Let's
Yeah.
go there.
Okay. Next up, season 22, the Diamond 5.
Oh my God.
Oh boy, look at this.
I did
Yeah.
not make this one.
You did not make it?
No,
I made this one.
No, you didn't. Did you
he did.
really?
I
Yeah.
did.
Oh. Okay.
'Cause
Well,
I
okay,
didn't
so
have
am I
Photoshop.
the
I had to take
hold
his
on, time
dad
out.
to do
So
it.
am I the one that has to solely put this somewhere since you both are on the team of this and one of you made it?
Yeah. 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 It's up to you.
All the
We've got.
power.
You could
Yeah.
never put Diamond's handsome face below legendary. It's right there. You
Watch
can't
me.
do
I will very easily do it. Um, no, I don't want that all that power.
it.
Um,
I mean,
I
was
don't.
I really on this team, Dankest? How active was I? I
You
was
were
there.
active. You were active enough, and we have the other active honorary person hiding there in the picture without a name.
True.
You can see creeping up
And can
behind
can
Diamond.
you spot them on my shoulder, Mako?
Wait, what? Oh, is that base?
Yeah, Base was our sixth person in the server who chatted a lot at the time, so we added Base
Okay.
to our logo.
Um, hold on. I gotta like we have so many in here now. I gotta like
Now you got
look
base
at.
in there. You got to put it in legendary. I know it's crazy.
It's definitely. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not legendary. So,
You hear
Thank
the
you. That
Vegas?
must be signature.
no.
Well, what are your thoughts? Walk us through.
I am feeling. I'm like very. I'm very impartial to epic or rare, and I think I'm feeling epic because it's like it does not take. If we look at the ones that are in legendary, there's a lot of like creative flourishes throughout these 6 in legendary between ones that were hand drawn, ones with all these tiny little like nods to the theme, all these little kind of like minor details or major details. And then the ones we have in Epic are just straight clean, right? Like they don't look like they took a long ass amount of time, but they're just clean. And then these ones in Rare are they're very like team oriented, but they don't really like push themselves enough to be in that epic tier. And this one to me is like in this little gray area between the two, and I cannot decide where I feel like it goes. Um,
So what I'm hearing is that the next time, if I'm able to get like another 2 or 3 trophies in this image, then this can move up the chart.
yeah,
I
sure.
understand.
Whatever you
Gotcha.
say. I'm feeling epic for it.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, I can live. I could sleep well tonight knowing
Yeah.
that.
God.
But where in Epic does it go?
Bottom of
I mean,
epic.
okay. All
Sure.
right. I'll have a nice good cry in the shower after the show, but
All right.
you
Or
know,
you got your
it's
veto. You could
fine.
shoot it all the way up if you want to.
You do that. Hey, you guys have vetoes. Like, calm down. Um, next up, season 23. I'm gonna be honest. I'm so confused on this one.
So if
Uh,
you look at this, this is the shell of the Diamond 5 that was brought on to the next season. And you can see that there is a, silhouette of my face with the logo in here. And
I would not
a
have known
reference
that was the silhouette of your face.
it is. It's an emote in the THL server too, I
Dank as
guess.
fog.
And
Okay.
you can see my silhouette and the other missing teammate from the previous championship on this one. And Geranium went for the old school Valentine's Day card feel.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I got that much.
yeah.
What is this? What is this animal transformation happening here?
That's the cat turning into a shrimp.
Oh, I couldn't tell what the bottom part was.
That, I think I joined call near the end of this logo being made, and it was Canoe who said, "Hey, can you just put this on the logo? I really like this image." And Drainy was like, "You
Okay.
know what? Sure."
It was
Why
fun.
is Ron on here?
Because
Because
Ron's the other missing teammate. So
if
you
Okay.
you
look
look,
down,
it has Neji, Kuzma, and
Rightscription.
Rightscription from the previous winning team.
Okay. And then
Yeah.
what's the point of the clown?
That's the Clown Stars is the name of the team.
Okay. That was trying to actually figure out like what the name of the team was.
I
Um,
think this one in terms of like it definitely breaks the mold of like what a banner is, because a lot of them is like, yeah, here's our team name, front center. This one not
and
so much, but like it
this
plays
might be the
on like,
only one that doesn't even say anything about them being champions as well.
yeah,
Wait,
We were just
wait,
here.
way to go, Max. It's just it just being here is evidence. That's all you need. You're on the championship page. You don't even need to express that you
I
were a champion. It's
yeah, it says right
implicit.
above. It's the season 23 champs.
Well,
Why do
I'm
you?
I'm saying that because you're talking about breaking the mold. I am.
I'm down for bottom of legendary. I'll just say it. I like this one a lot. I like that it tells a story. And
Yeah,
like just like actually having to look at it and like kind of talk about it, it actually sort of like get forces you to consider the story of the team at all to even really appreciate it. And I think that that's a tough thing to convey with one of these banners. So I like that aspect.
Yeah, I completely agree. I guess you did not know the story beforehand, Mako. So just
No.
knowing the story
Well, that's
now
another thing. Is
help
like
you
you
rank
cannot tell the story without being told the story when you look at it.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
I'm a front of epic kind of person on this one
I
personally.
mean, I think that
But
placement
there's
is
three of
about
us,
right.
so
I,
Yeah, I mean, I think that position's correct. Like, I think that spot. So wherever you got Diamond, break the tie.
guys, put it bomb a legendary. This look is sick.
Yo, let's
okay.
do it. It's got all my best features like my silhouette, and it's
Mhm.
missing all my worst ones like my face. That's a winner.
Okay,
You could have things that tell a story.
this is to me this is the only meme one that I think belongs in signature. This is my one of my favorites, and it is because of it's. I'll go through the whole thing. It's got their logo front and center. It's very thematic with the meme. Um, it's got the actual score reports at the time when they were down by 3, and it's got the final score on the right. It's got the scoreboards using like actual scoring fonts from like a football scoreboard, and it's got the meme down here at the bottom. This is like if I'm looking for someone to make a meme banner, this is like utter perfection.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
this logo reminds me of personally a bad time when we were up 3-0 in the finals and lost. However, I can't take away from like the nice of what Max and Bone Masher, because I think as he's saying, I think Bone Masher had the idea, but Max executed. I think that's really good. Like I don't think anything. It's like what we were talking before, right? Like you don't need to know the story; it's right there, and it tells you. Or it shows, not tell. I think
Yes,
that's really important.
exactly. So definitely signature. But before we rank it, I would just like to point out that this is the most up close I've ever seen the mistake art, and my God.
Yeah, look at all those things. The albatross beat.
Oh,
Yeah,
actually, you know what? You're right. I don't think I've ever looked at it like this before.
it is really something.
It
Ugh.
looks like a mistake, doesn't it?
I am curious, Geranium, how long in terms of like hours total did this take you? Because I know the idea probably took more time maybe than the actual execution.
Yeah, he added it. The beak's added, but
Oh,
Oh, okay. That I didn't know that. All right.
well, it looks
Oh,
really
because it's
nice.
the albatrosses. Okay, I see it.
yeah,
All right. Where are we feeling with this one?
definitely signature. I don't think that's a. I think I like it between Defias and 7. I think that's where
I think
I
that's
would go.
fair.
I was gonna put it above Defias, or maybe I was even gonna say, do you think this beats Soup?
No,
Definitely not soup.
no.
Okay.
That is the cleanest one that I've seen. Like
Yeah.
I think it's gonna take a lot to top that. I would
Yep.
like
I
to
mean,
see. I would like to challenge someone to top that, like for future.
yeah.
I'll do it this season. Don't worry.
You gotta win first. All
All right.
right. Uh, next up, this is our last one. We have the most recent season 25. The Au Pain Marchands. I do not speak French,
I'll
so
pay more.
sure, whatever.
Bread
You
sellers.
know what's
Come
even
on.
crazy? This is not how you're supposed to say it in French either, and I learned that after the season. I just pitched this name to Geranium, like, this is funny, it's French. And then
I
Copa told us, like, this is not like grammatical at all.
I I don't know. I want to hear your thoughts first. I don't want to be too hard on
Uh,
this one.
I like the
Yeah.
little details. The chalkboard itself, just with like the font and doing this on the board with all the stuff actually being relevant, is fun. The something about how off the counter looks, like I can't express why because it might be a real picture, but just something about the lighting just makes it look so fake that it's like really funny to me. They brought back the thing from the suit meme. Geranium hinted at it in the chat, but we've got the nice PR prices for the subs. I like, and then we've got a pretty iconic card here from Stormwind. So I don't know. I don't like it as quite as much as the other two, but I do enjoy this one quite a bit.
Yeah, this is the final trilogy of the Geranium winning series. So I think he told me about it. It's like first I stole your team, then I stole the win from you, and now I stole you, and then we won together. I think it's just really nice. I think even like it adds on to the soup one because even for the Monday to Thursday, it has like Thursday submission, Friday ping Geranium and stuff like that as well.
Yep.
And then like that part as well, I think was like it's just it looks like it's a natural thing and like it blended really well. And
Yeah.
then as well, where hours of the week, 02 to 7:01. And then yeah, it's his little hat trick.
Um, this one's tough.
I think for me, like we pop over to the list here?
Yep.
I think that I think for me, I'm like at like the top of epic or like legendary below or probably above the Valentine's card. I think I'm coming around to this, but those are
I'm
about where I think.
I'm feeling epic.
Okay.
Here's what I think on this one. I think this would be signature with the soup one if it was just the chalkboard.
Mm.
But I think everything else surrounding it drops it because of what you were saying, where it looks too choppy. And I know
I
a lot of
mean,
time was probably put into it, but it's so hard to like make like a cartoon static 2D image inside of like a real world setting image look not choppy.
it adds to the charm for me. I think that's the
It
part that's
does.
like
It does. Um, I
like
do
also is
like it
that
though.
an
I'm not. I don't.
is
Not.
that an Max, is that upside down explorer's hat that the bread's in?
It is.
Yup.
It is. Uh, I don't
And
know,
a hat
man.
trick.
This one's so tough.
Yeah.
I think bottom of legendary. Like the more I
Yeah.
look at
Uh,
it,
Okay, I'm down for that. I
Well,
think it's just like the more like I love ones like this where there's like little things I can look at, like if you did like Where's
yeah,
Waldo or any stuff like that or like I Spy. I just love like looking at those like little details and just continuing to find them. Like I think that's cool.
yeah. Okay, that's it.
wow, that was felt really quick, but it hasn't been
Yeah.
quick.
Well, it's unlike the other ones, we haven't had to do any research or anything like that. So I mean, it was all right there. I does anyone want to use a veto?
Mm,
I think this is perfect. I think this is objectively correct and I think we nailed it. So I'm good.
Diamond?
I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure how to move something up or down. Because after talking about it, I feel like there should be some justice for fourth and inches. But then I'm not sure if that needs to be up or something from common needs to be pulled down.
Well,
Mm.
while you're deciding, I'm just gonna go ahead and use my veto right here, and I'm going to grab the original HSA logo, and I'm gonna move that up right there in front of Defias Brotherhood and signature. So I'm just gonna slap that sucker right there.
Okay.
All right. You let me know if you want to use one there.
By the way, note that Geranium has his own veto now. He got the card. So,
He,
Oh,
you're right, he did. Cooler to rare. He said the card and next message said exactly what he wanted.
yeah.
He had that banked. He was like, no one's gonna say it. They probably forgot. I could use this next time, but he decided to do it here. Cooler to rare. All right, it's done. And it was Dark Peddler. Yes, that is correct.
mm.
Diamond.
I'll leave it because I was saying moving cooler down, but that's too far to move down. So I'll just leave the list. It
Too
looks
mean.
symmetrical.
Yeah. This was a really fun one. I like this a lot.
Like a little THL history today.
Yeah. Wow, Michelle. She's pushing.
Diamond 5 to top of signature.
This is what marriage gets you guys. You need to That's ride or die.
Is that the chat Vita right there?
Oh yeah, that is true. Chat does get one if they want to use one.
Yeah, and she can only move it up one, but I still
It's
have my
also
veto.
correct.
We can do it together, but I think it's where it
That's
belongs. As
that.
as the artist. I think it's been fairly evaluated, and I think it can stay.
She's like, I watched my husband go through blood, sweat, and tears to make this thing. We
Um,
didn't put it
I'm
in
very happy
signature.
that I have a banner both in basic and in signature. I think I've really summarized
the
THL in a
spec,
nutshell.
the whole spectrum.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
Well, let's just showcase. I just want to showcase one final time and set the bar for going forward because the very best one that we saw tonight was this one right here. And this was season 3. So like the bar was set early on and it was never met.
Yeah.
And I think that
I
needs to
think
be internalized going forward to know that 20 how many? 22 seasons later and that bar has never been reached. So I would like to see it reached soon, please.
Nah. I'm
Nah,
gonna add. So you know what we're gonna do? My
what?
next season, we're gonna put a trophy in our logo, and then we're just gonna put the logo unchanged for the championship.
that's
That's how
crazy.
Okay.
that's how things go.
Do you
It'd
know
be
where
crazy
that'll
if
find
you
you?
won again, and then you put another trophy in the logo.
You got to be
Yep.
one trophy behind though.
Yeah, true. You have to win twice, then put the trophy in the logo.
Correct.
How you do it?
Correct. All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. This was a fun one. It was a nice little history lesson, like he said, and it was an unexpected one for sure. Um, we will be back next Monday, and I am looking, and I actually do not think we have one planned.
We
Sorry,
don't.
not planned, but we don't have the. No, we do.
Oh,
We do. We talked about it already. I have it on the calendar here on our channel. Next Monday we are going to be ranking keywords.
Oh yes.
So
Mm.
catch us tiering the card keywords, and we'll probably add a little, something extra into it instead of just playing keywords, just like we did with the quests. So
Well,
we
Mako, quick. If you
mhm.
watched my trivia show before, what are the two which keywords are tied for least common?
Well, first off, I did not watch any trivia show, but the least used ones,
Yeah. There's
um, um, inspire.
nope. Single digits, so not an expansion mechanic.
is
Then I don't
a
know. I don't know
is a
then.
keyword just anything that's bolded black?
Correct.
Mega Wind Fury.
That's one of them.
Okay.
I think secretly is actually above now because
Immune.
it's actually counter,
Ah,
which is a surprising one that counter is
Interesting.
keyworded, but it
Interesting.
is.
I would never even thought of it. Um, okay. We're on, the hardest part we're gonna run into with the keywords one is me figuring out what I'm gonna do for the images for those for these lists because they're all just words.
We can just do a card. We can do like a famous card for each. I feel like that's
Maybe
kind of cooking.
we'll
But
figure
yeah,
it out. We'll figure it out. All
yeah,
right.
off air.
Yeah. This is the final list. I will post it so it can be there to be seen. But until next Monday, have a great week, and we will see you at 8 o'clock Monday the 29th. Adios.
Peace.